Hello. Man, I really like this song. It's so hype. We're going to Thok ast Thok. This is the extreme version. This is pretty similar to the normal version, which I think is called the hard version. This is gonna be a synced run, so I don't think we're gonna see all the mechanics, but we'll see most of them. Okay. Waiting for a cutscene. Okay. Okay, so in the chat, there were some people asking for like a deliberation, like is there anything we should look out for and things like that, and you can definitely always, you know, ask for tips or things when you start. There's also going to be people who are just like, let's just like run it and see how we do, and then we'll talk about it after. So just be prepared for that. Like it's not necessarily because people don't want to answer. Some people might not, but some people are just, you know, more of a let's do it and see like what happens, and then we'll figure it out. So like they're more visual learners, so that's what we did here. So main tank's gonna turn the boss forward. See that? That was a big cleave up there, so you don't want to be up there with the main tank. Seeing right. So when the cast goes off like that, there's gonna be this buff. It's a directional parry, which means there's a shield up here, shield on the right side, and shield in the front. Okay, so the cast for that was called Seeing Right. So that was the tank cleave, and then Seeing Right. There's variations of this. There's Seeing Right, Seeing Left, and I think Seeing Wing or something. And depending on what the direction it's saying will determine where the parry is. And so since it's on the right side, then Ravana's right hand side, which is this side, will have the parry, and then also the back side will have the parry, and the front side will have the parry. Okay, so there's a shield on these sides, and therefore the only way you can attack is to go from the left side. So you gotta move yourself over here to this side. If you don't, then whatever you attack will get reflected back towards you. Okay, like see, these people attacked and then they got pushed backwards and got slowed because it hit the parry thing. Okay, so I ran over here to the left side so that I could do attacks. Okay, and then the thing went away. So the parry lasts for like 5 seconds, and then you can go back to standing in the back. Okay, there you go, goes away. Fury as a blaze. So Ravana is going to get some buffs. Damage up and offensive optimization. There's like different names for this, like, let me look at the wiki real quick. Dragonfly, scorpion, beetle, there's different names for the different types of stances, I guess, kind of like in the Shiva fight, the ice fight we did recently off amphitheater, where she had like the sword or the staff or the bow, and it did certain mechanics. It's basically the same here. So these different forms are gonna have different types of mechanics. I don't really bother with the names of them because it's not super applicable while I'm actually doing the fight, so I'm not going to call them that. But if you read other guides or watch other people's guides, then they might reference the more specific names of like, he's in dragonfly form right now, or he's in beetle form. Okay, so they're just talking about a subset of mechanics that happen. I'm just gonna be plain and say, okay, this is what's happening now. Okay, so because I mean, like, to me, I don't know, I like to analyze things, but I'm also kind of dense in some ways. Like, I don't know, still looks like a bug to me, you know? Okay, I guess we can, his rings are like red now? Is it he? They? His? Okay. Is he? Okay. I'm looking at the information on the side, so use he pronouns. Okay, right now the wings are like green. Okay, I guess if you're running this minimum eye level, I guess all that information might be applicable, but it might be too much information, you know? Like, oh, okay, so he blinked, and there's a sword, and the wings are orange now, I guess. Okay, so offensive stance, sure. It's a little like knife here. Okay, Prelude to Liberation. This one is going to be a circle AoE. And this I remember mainly just because I've run this fight so many times. Usually unsynced, but Prelude. Okay, Prelude to Liberation is the one that goes in a circle. If you can understand the tell, good for you. But if you can kind of see, there's like a swirly thing here. So it's going to be a swirly thing around here. And it's like a swirly. See the swirls? So Prelude is that. Or you can think of like a dance. Like at the beginning of a ballet dance or something. They'll spin in a circle. And it's pretty. So you go in the middle. I don't know. Whatever it takes to remember it. You know what I'm saying? So Prelude to Liberation is going to be a circle AoE at the boss. There we go. Okay. Now, next phase, we got a bunch of like lines of fire, so you want to avoid those. And then we've got some people with big circle AoEs. So wait for the lines of fire to explode and then separate to spread these line AoEs. Oh, sorry, circle AoEs from each other. Also avoid these fire puddles. Okay, so we spread out like that. It's all good. We're good? Okay. So now Ravana is doing this other move. Liberation. See, there's no prelude to liberation. It's just liberation. Okay, so this one is going to be a big cone attack. And so you want to stand right at the back of the hitbox. This is like... No wonder people reference the old fights. Man, I was going off about that in the other video where I was like, yeah, people will reference like the Shiva fight or this or that, and I don't remember anything. But actually, because I just did it recently, this is basically that. The glass dance thing that does the 270-degree thingy, that's what this liberation one does, basically. So you want to go right behind the boss so you don't get cleaved. The cast is pretty slow. I was jumping so that people knew. Okay, see? There are these things that spin out. So it's essentially a big cleave like that. Okay. Alright, now Ravana is like smashing the ground. And we get these vulnerabilities if you get hit. Okay, FYI. It goes in a circle, in a particular direction, and so try to avoid that. And then there's also these dudes on the side. So let me go back so you can see that. So this one, when it's the 360, or sorry, 270, whatever cone thing. That one's liberation, right? And Ravana jumps up and smashes down. I think it's better if you just stay in the middle. So then you can figure out whether it's gonna go this way or go that way. But in any case, in each of these spots that slams down with a fire puddle, there will be a clone. See how there's like a clone right here? And then there's Ravana over here. And there's a clone over here. Can you see? This is a sword. There's a clone right here. And then here's a sword. There's a clone right here. Here's its wings. And then this is actually Ravana with a sword. and the wings over here. So all of these are going to like rush across the stage. Okay, so you have to maneuver yourself to avoid that. I stood here trying to like watch out for the first one, and I didn't make it in time. I had a lot going on. Okay, and then so it went like this, and then this, and then this, and then this. So I think your best bet is when this goes off, like just stay in the middle. So you can figure out where the first one hits and the second one. So you just stay here, right? First one hits here, this one hits here. So you just stay here first. And then see how this person's jumping. So they knew the tell. Ravana, that's not dimmed out, okay? The actual like corporal form, is corporal the word? Define corporal, you know, instead of transparent. Okay, relating to a person's body, especially as opposed to their spirit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the word I meant to say. This one, the corporal form, like the solid one, is gonna go shoot across first, and so you want to stand off to the side. This is similar to the Ifrit fight, which I'm becoming one of those people that refer to other things that people might not know about. It's happening. In the Ifrit fight, which my recent video did not show, but I linked to an unsynced run where I did show it, where there's versions of Ifrit on the sides of the stage, and then they rush out. This is that mechanic. So this is the mechanic where you got clones that jump down, and then they're gonna go across the stage. And what you want to do is figure out where the first one is. This one's the first one because it's the corporal form, it's the solid form. And you want to stand on the side of it, on the other side of it that doesn't have a clone. So since I can kind of see that there's a clone right here, ideally you don't stand here, because by the time this one goes off, if you're standing here, you might not have enough time to run out of the way. Or you might not have enough time to run out this way. You might get hit by either this one or this one. So best thing is to stand over here. There's nothing over here. So you wait for this to go off, and then you slowly make your way this way. So then this one goes off, and then you keep going, like you follow it as they blow up. And then you go, and then this one blows up, and then you go this way. Something like that. Okay, that's a little strategy you can use for this mechanic. That's what this person over here does. AU, the healer, the one with the crown. See how they're running? See how they're running and following where the attacks are going off? That's what you want to do, so you can avoid getting hit with this stuff. This person over here, they had the right idea, but they just started on the wrong side. Like they're in front of the blast, and they weren't able to run fast enough away from it. Whereas I just straight up died because I was like, oh, I forgot how to do this. Okay. 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 Blessing of Earth. Remarkable is this carapace. That was in the Limitless Blue too. So it's like a shell. Is this the beetle form? Oh yeah, there's like a shield here. Okay, also there was that cast. The seeing left. So that means the Ravana's left side is going to have the shield, and then there's shield in the front and the shield in the back, and so you can only attack on the right hand side, or else the parry will get you. Okay, so you gotta go on the side, on the opposite side. Oh, okay, seeing right. So we had seeing left, so we had to go on the right side, but then now we have seeing right, so we have to go on the left side. Okay, so be careful with that so you don't get hit with your own attack. Okay. There's a tank thing right here. Ooh, look at this. This is fancy. Hang on. I'll get it. There. Did you see that? The cleave there. Dang it. I'm gonna get it. There. Okay, so tank cleave. Don't stand in the front with a tank. This first one, that hits, and you can see this person like runs out. You can dodge the next hits, okay? So it will keep slashing the tank thing. So if you get hit with one, that's fine, whatever, but then get away. Get out of the other ones. Okay. Afterwards, we've got these butterflies that drop down. They're called Ganas. And they will do this blizzard thing. Which when it's synced, it doesn't really do that much. So we'll take down the Ganas. Take down the spirit Ganas, take down the moon Gana. Okay, there's a few things happening here. With these ads, ideally you want to take them down in the order that they drop down. If you don't attack them fast enough, they'll drop some swords in the ground, and this is considered the DPS check. If you have a bunch of swords that are dropping down, then by the time Ravana does the big ultimate attack or whatever, raid-wide, you can potentially wipe. Okay, and then here you gotta pay attention to Ravana. We've got the parry here. If you're just attacking the ads, you might think this doesn't matter, but if you end up hitting like one of your AoE moves that hits multiple targets, and then you end up hitting Ravana, then you can get shot backwards. Okay. Okay, falling laughter. See those cleaves? Oh wait, falling laughter. Wait, never mind. That's the spirit Gana. Hang on. Let's double check this. I think falling laughter is the cast for it doing the sword thing. Yeah, after a short while, each Gana will cast falling laughter. They must be killed before they can finish the cast, otherwise they disappear and place a sword in the ground. Yeah, okay. So the falling laughter is from the actual things, and Ravana was doing after this parry thing, Ravana was doing the tank cleave things. So try not to stand in front of Ravana, so like a bunch of people got hit right there because of the tank cleave. And ideally you'll point Ravana away if you're main tank, and everyone else is focusing on the ads so we don't get any swords on the ground. Okay, so a bunch of us are getting hit with stuff, mainly because Ravana is turning a lot, and we're getting hit with all the cleaves. Okay, so there was a raid right there. We had one healer down, but then yeah, see how Ravana is like facing this way now? And a lot of us don't have that much health. Well, I'm fine, because I'm trying to stay away from everything, but then with people getting hit with this, it's tricky business. Okay, so that's why it's important for main tank to always point the boss away from everybody. We had new people here, so it's understandable. Okay, so we have here one sword. We didn't have enough DPS. I was trying to take care of them, but then we had too many DPS dead, so we got one sword there. Okay, now Bloody Fooler. Is that the attack? Yeah, okay, so we get fettered. So you can't do anything at this point. We get risen into the air. It's very dramatic. And this is the big raid wide. And so we got a vulnerability up and got hit with the thing because of the one sword that dropped. I really like the second part of the song though. The high walls begin to crumble. Okay, so as you can see here, we have some open space now. Before we used to have a fence along this entire thing, but now you have the ability to fall off the stage. Okay, Ravana is now gotten these damage ups and defensive optimization. Okay, I don't know what like bug form this is, but I'm sure there's some other name for this. Okay. We got this proximity marker going off, so you want to stand further back and ideally against a fence so you don't get tossed off the stage. See, you get knocked backwards. So make sure a fence is like behind you. I have this thingy and this person kept standing near me because I think you were supposed to soak that together with people. I didn't know what that was because I hadn't seen that. I hadn't really run this synced before, but yeah, it looks like okay. Laughing Rose. Set that up. Laughing Rose marks a player with a white icon meteor cell AoE share damage with raid. Okay, so that's a stack. Oh, and this is in beetle form. So I guess defensive thingy is beetle form. Sure. So this icon, once we're in this phase, this white shimmery thing, it's not the icon we're used to, which is like the orange like thingy, the orange stack marker. These are older fights. In future expansions, they, what you call it? Standardize it a bit more. But here, this is considered the stack. And so, this person knew what they were doing. The healer here, they kept following me to stack with me. I didn't know what it was. I thought this was the one where you had to pass it to the tank. But this is actually a stack one. So we ended up taking a lot of damage. Fortunately, they were there with me, so I didn't die. They also didn't die, so that's nice. But ideally, you would stack together with everybody else. Okay, this one, this one above my head, the prey one, that's the one you want to pass to the tank. So I was trying to pass it to the tank, but then it passed to that person, so then that person passed it over to the tank. And then you get out of the way so that the tank, one of the tanks can take this next hit. These Serpercanas. This is a blue mage spell, by the way. It's a very nice spell to have. So, again, if you get the prey marker, the red prey marker, you want to pass that to a tank. There's some strategy to this, like minimum eye level wise, where either you want to pass it to the main tank or the off tank, whatever. That's something you have to deliberate with people. But definitely is better to give it to a tank than to have anyone else have it, so that tanks can use their mitigation. Okay, it hits like 4 times. Okay, now we have orbs, and I was under the impression you would bring those orbs to the side, like outside, so you don't touch them necessarily, but it looks like there were too many people, and then they ended up soaking them. You can get a vulnerability up. Let's see. 4 players get tethered by orbs and it follows them, explodes after a short while, dealing damage and inflicting vulnerability up. Yeah, so essentially you would want to run those orbs as they follow you, and then like you move as a group or something, or just away from people so it doesn't explode. But because everyone was already bunched up, it ended up hitting a bunch of people as they ran through. So that didn't really work out in this situation. And we also ended up with people dead because of it. But ideally, you don't want to touch those orbs. Okay. Here we've got, okay, lost the defensive, offensive. So this is this going to be the one where the wings turn orange? Which bug was that? Which bug version? Yeah. Well, it's not orange, but yeah. This is some other form. It's got the knife again. Swift Liberation. This one's gonna be a little different. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was waiting for these things to show up, and I was like, wait, is this not what I think it is? I'll just quietly wait to see what it is. So I sound like I know what I'm talking about. Nah, I always say when I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, okay, so I'm waiting for the numbers. Over people's heads, we're gonna get these markers. Here's 1. Okay, and this one is that 2 or 3? That's 2. And then this one's 3. And then 4. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what happens here is Ravana is going to, you know, rush towards 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. So you gotta position yourself in a way where you don't get hit with these. Okay, 1, okay, and then 2, and then it's 3, and then it's gonna go to 4, wherever that person is. Okay, so see how that all worked out? 1 is here. 1 ended up, we all happened to be in a good formation, okay? It all stayed on the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ravana goes here, and then goes here, and then goes here, and goes here. So staying in the center worked out, but if there was 1 here, and then 2 here, and then 3 here, and then 4 here, then it could have been like this, and then through the center like this, and then like this. So, well, yeah, then it could be like this, but like if 4 was over here, then it could have been like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, like that. So there's a bit of a strategy to this, but ideally, if you can notice it fast enough, keep these things spread apart and just try to stay away from the direction that Ravana is going to go next. And by standing in the center, generally that works out. If everyone else is like off to the side, usually. Okay. I have one more video footage, so we'll see if we even see it in that one, and then we'll figure out how we figured it out in that one. But here we got the fire thing, and we're spreading out our AoEs. Alright. Oh, it's a lot of damage. Oh, I got the prey marker. I'm trying to pass it to the tank. Okay, there we go. What does Final Liberation do? Oh, Final Liberation is the whole thing. Looks like Final Liberation has the prey marker, along with the rushing stuff, along with like the AoEs and stuff. Okay, so it was basically just an overlap of all the mechanics we've essentially seen. So you just have to handle it with your party, with the overlap of mechanics. Okay, there's a lot going on here. Let's take a look at this run. Also, this particular run was just like the first pool. Okay, so it wasn't too bad running it, but let's take a look at what happens in this one. I ran as tank in this one. Okay. Okay, that's a tank thingy, so don't stand in the front. Okay, seeing wings. That one. We didn't see this in the other run. But seeing wings. Wings will be in the back. Oh, the wings are also in the back. So that means you need to go to the front to do any damage. So you don't get the parry thingy. Okay, so go to the front. Looks good. Okay, this is some other form. Sure. Prelude to Liberation. Okay, this is the circle AoE, so stay away from the middle. Technically the cast is kind of slow, so you can stay a little bit, do more damage, but by here somewhere you gotta back it up. Okay, I got hit with that. So it's a pretty big radius from the boss, because I was still already kind of far away. And I moved in ever so slightly, but I still got hit with that. See, like here, and Ravana's hitbox is there, so yeah. Okay, watch out for the fire. If you get the circle thing, spread out. Careful not to stand in the fire thingy, or else you'll get a burn. That does a damage over time. Okay, Liberation. This is the one we want to stand in the back. Directly in the back. So we don't get hit by the sides or the front. Okay, so see, we're standing in the middle here. We can see it slam down right here. And then the second one is here. And so ideally, this is the safe spot. Ooh, I had the right idea, I just ran to the opposite side. Okay, so here, ideally you would stand on this side because the clones are over here. Okay, because it went this way, the safe spot's on the other side. But I ran over here because like last time I didn't do that, so I'm gonna do that this time, but I did the wrong direction. Okay, but everyone else was fine. They were all tucked over there, but I'm getting hit with these things. Warlord Shell. Okay, we have this. Okay, seeing left. So you want to stay on the right side so you can do attacks. Because the left side has the shield in the front. Seeing right. Okay, so we gotta move to the left opposite side to be able to attack. Bloody Fuller. Alright, we're all getting fettered. Okay, this group did pretty well. Like, we're already almost done with the fight, you know what I'm saying? So, this was synced, but we skipped the whole ad phase. Okay, what was that? Oh yeah, the person over here has the stack marker, the white marker with the thing. It's hard to see, right? But they have it over there, and so Ravana does a really big attack over there. It happened to be the tank, so the tank was able to survive. Now we have the prey marker. So I wanted to pick it up for them. There, now I have it, and so I'm going to use mitigation so I get hit with this instead of other people. Technically right now I don't have aggro, I'm only getting hit with this because I took the prey marker from people. That's so extra. Yeah. Okay, the Ravana will only follow the person with the prey mark, okay? But yeah, this run happened to go really quickly because it seemed like everyone knew how to do the fight. And the person doing the LB, that was funny. Yeah. So like I said, if you're running this synced, it seems to go pretty quickly. Mechanics are very similar to the normal version or the hard version. If you're doing this minimum eye level, it's also like you'll see more of the mechanics, but I think a lot of the mechanics you'll see are gonna like the final liberation thing is just the same stuff we had already seen, and it overlaps. Like the mechanics just overlap with each other, and you have to deal with them a little bit faster. And yep. Okay, bye.